Hi, this is Mr. Warden. This is the Algebra exit ticket 32.3 video key. And the first thing you need to do is add something to both sides of this equation here so that the left side, which is this side here, becomes a perfect square and could be factored that way. So to figure out what you'd add to make something a perfect square, you want to take a look at this middle coefficient, -10, and you want to get half of it. Okay, and half of it is going to get squared. So -10 divided by 2 is -5, and the square of -5 is 25. So we need to figure out what would we add to 8 to make it 25. So we have this, and we need it to become x squared minus 10x plus 25. So what would I add to 8? I would add 17. So I'm going to add 17 there, and I'll add 17 there. So I'm going to end up with x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 16. And that can be factored into x minus 5 squared equals 16. Now we're going to copy that because the next question asks us to get the square root of both sides and solve for x. So the square, I'm going to zoom, actually make this bigger for us. The square root, come on, you're going to do it? I guess it doesn't want to do it yet. Hang on, try that again. It does not want to get bigger. Okay, so we won't. So the square root of that and the square root of that. So the square and the square root cancel out over here. So we are going to be left with just x minus 5 on the left, and that's going to equal the square root of 16, which will be 4, and also x minus 5 will equal -4. So I'm going to add 5 to everything. Okay, so x minus 5 becomes x, 4 becomes 9 because I added 5 to it, x minus 5 becomes x, and -4 becomes 1. And those are my factors. Those are my solutions for this, I should say. X is 9 and x is 1. All right, we're going to do the same thing here. We want to take this equation and we want to figure out what would we add to it on both sides to make it factorable into a perfect square on the left. Well, the thing you want to look at is this part here. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to be adding, we need to add half of -12 squared. So -12 over 2. Okay, and that needs to get squared. Since we're squaring it, that cancels out the negative, and that's 12 over 2 is 6. And so 6 squared is 36. So we need to turn 32 into 36. To do that, we just add 4. Over here, we will add -3 plus 4 as well. And so we end up with x squared minus 12x plus 36 equals 1. And we can factor that. X minus 6 squared equals 1. And in the next question, you're going to need to get the square root of both sides to solve for x. So we get the square root of both sides. Square root of this and square root of 1. So the square root of the square of x minus 6 is just x minus 6. And the square root of 1 is 1 or -1. Okay, so x minus 6 equals 1 and x minus 6 equals -1. So we add 6 to everything. So we can make it all just x. So x minus 6 becomes x. 1 plus 6 is 7. X minus 6 becomes x. -1 plus 6 is 5. And those are your solutions. All right, I hope that